fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and then they got go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Yo, GM, we are live. How are you guys doing today? Let's start this week once again with the $1 trade show. And Nick is back. Look who's here with us today. So, can I
I'm
sing?
alive.
So Nick is back again.
Yes, you can sing. Sing to me. Sing to
Okay.
everybody about me.
Welcome back, man. Nice to have you here. How was your last week?
It's good. I literally have
Oh,
no idea what's going on in crypto.
okay.
Because
Seems like
obviously
that's good.
I didn't realize what is it, Solana's like 240 or something like that. Like I just and Bitcoin's kind of holding steady at that like 113.
Yeah.
I didn't check shit. I went on holiday for the first time in like fucking 6 years or 7 years or something like that.
That's good.
I was
That's
like, it's
good to
just
know.
such a slow market. You can go on holiday and come back.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be October in 2 weeks. Until there, we will have some time.
I feel like it's going to be October actually. Like everything's starting to feel a bit.
It
Although in
seems
saying that,
so,
like,
right?
where is retail? Can somebody give those motherfuckers a full like, guys, yo, or exit? You know, like 4 or 5
There's
years in the making. Come on, get to the table.
retail is still buying bonds and treasures, this kind of
Yeah,
stuff. Not here yet.
not
I
here
don't
yet.
know. Let's see. Let's see. They will be back eventually. I mean, I heard a guy talking about asking me about
Eventually,
Doge. He's buying Doge on his bank
yeah,
account. Why the
but
fuck
you
is
know
that?
my theory around Doge is
Yeah, you mentioned that to me, and you were
yeah,
right. I
yeah,
remember
yeah. I
you
think it's right.
talking to
I
me
think
like,
it's correct until something happens with Elon, right?
but dude, like three years ago, you were talking to me about doing DCA on Doge, and Doge was like 6 or 7 cents back then. Let me check how much is Doge today. It's over 20
It's
cents, I
over 20
think.
cents. It was 20 cents when I looked last week. Fuck knows what
26.
happened.
So 26. It was okay. 3x in 2 to 3 years. It's not
But
bad,
I mean, it's not much of a pump. But my thinking
but it's not
you could
bad.
relatively treat it as something safe because every time retail comes and the market pumps, Doge will pump. So if you're
Yes,
looking for potentially like and XRP could be potentially seen as one of those things as well, right? Like
it's a
everybody
good
talks to me about
barometer.
XRP. They don't
It's
talk
a
to me about nothing else. I met a guy in a restaurant the other day and he was like, "Oh, my mate's got like $1 million in XRP," and I was like, "Fucking lucky for that guy." The guy's not into crypto. He just gambled on XRP and held it
yes,
for years. And
yeah,
it's
but
just like, all right, good. I'm happy for you.
yeah,
Now tell
it's
your
it's
friends
good.
to come in and buy more shit so we can leave.
When people start talking about Cardano going to $1 again, that's the signal. There's the signal.
Of what? Of what going to a dollar again?
Cardano, Cardano.
Are we
People
actually
will
having
talk
to have a
about it.
conversation about Cardano?
It's the same conversation. Cardano going to $1, Doge going to $1, and everybody's going to be rich. Then retail is back, and then is
Yeah.
the time to get out of markets.
And
And
when your like Apple News or Google News feed starts filling up with crypto stuff,
yeah,
like even if you're a crypto person right now, when it starts really filling up with crypto stuff, that's when you know. That's how you could tell when we were over at the Defiant and stuff like that. You
by the
knew where
way,
all that traffic was coming from, right? You could see it.
just a quick comment. You don't get this edge in Brazil because there is no Apple News here. It's only for people up north. Can you believe that?
Wow, really?
Yes, yes.
Why is there no Apple News?
Because this way you guys can dump on us because you got the information first.
I mean, it's like I don't know if it
No,
works
yeah.
like that necessarily,
There's
considering
probably,
that Brazil is one of the heavy users of crypto.
yeah,
But
there's probably Google News. I don't use Google News anyway, but
there's Google everything.
there's
I mean, like
there yeah, there's Google everything all over the
even in
world.
that
But
Seeker phone, it's got you can't remove the Google apps. Like
yeah,
you can't remove them. It's really annoying.
yes.
I don't need that shit in my life. Anyway,
No.
we
Anyway,
have been
let's
talking
start.
nonsense because I've been away for a week and everybody's back. I hope everybody is doing well. Let's talk
Let's
about the stuff
start
that
the
we know.
show. Yeah, and last week we have a few guests here. If you guys missed that, make sure to check our conversation with Tiago, who I was able to red pill for prediction markets. He wasn't on prediction markets, but now he's excited about that. And on
Oh,
Thursday, we
you.
talked with Lucas and Yoshi about prediction markets. Two really smart guys who are building in the space. They're founders, and we had a really cool conversation, especially about how to solve the initial liquidity problem with user-generated prediction markets. It's pretty cool. Okay, so moving to this week, we have a few posts that we want to cover here with you guys. First one is for Good GD Kairos, and basically he's talking about how prediction markets are the next creator platform, and we believe it is. Here at Groovy. This is why we believe that user generated prediction markets are the next natural step on prediction market. And basically, he says here, and feel free to interrupt me, Nick, when you want to do a comment on this, right?
No problem.
He says basically tokens misalign incentives. They rely on hype, volatility, and creators end up carrying the bag when price collapses. Because we saw this lot of tokens created by influencers with no use at all, just to dump on you guys. So
Yeah.
prediction markets flip the script. They reward being right, not just loud. Look at live content today. Ex-athletes, poker players, YouTube journalists, co-stream fights, plus events. So every few minutes they ask their audience, who wins? Who's up top three? Who's your top three? What are the odds this upset happens? So right now that engagement lives in pools plus chat. So we see that on YouTube, right? You can run a pool. You can run a pool here on X, for example.
Mm.
So, but with prediction markets, creators can spin up live on-demand markets during streams. Imagine if you could create your own markets and on top of that, do a live stream, right? So viewers don't just vote, they put skin in the game, and creators don't launch tokens, they host the arena. So this
Yeah.
works better, and this is why he thinks this works better. So fits naturally with how creators already interact with audience. So every event means a new market. So it's recurring engagement and of course
Mm-hmm.
recurring profits and no reputational risk tied to a single token. Of course, because you're talking about the arena, about the market, not about the outcome. And creators can monetize via fees while audience get real-time signal. So the path to mainstream isn't creator coins, it's prediction markets embedded directly into content. So Polymarket, Kalshi, or the first mover that builds this wins the creator economy angle of prediction markets. So the future of streaming isn't just watching, it's trading the narrative live as it unfolds.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nick? Talk to me.
I don't disagree. Like obviously. 2 seconds. I'm just going to do something on the old Twitter, guys. I got to manage multiple things here. That's
Don't
what's
worry.
going on.
So while you're doing that, let me
Well, no, I done it. I
share
done it. I got
my.
it done.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
why
Go
it took
ahead.
me so long. It's because I've been off for a week, so my fingers haven't been like.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, I think like that's true. Particularly like the first point, I always feel like it fits naturally with creators, right? Because we'll get this booming creator economy, which nobody's properly talking about. Sorry if I lose my voice, by the way, because it's been happening. So the creator economy is big and it's continuing to grow, which is crazy, right? I suppose like you could potentially call us creators, but I don't see myself as one. For me, creators are people who are doing this as a lifestyle, right? But there's that boom, right? But most of those people don't make any money. and they want to make money, and they can. Oh, you got that dancing man on?
Mm-hmm.
He's changed screen. I can see.
Oh,
it.
sorry.
That's it. You just love that song. Have you got that song playing
I
in the
do.
background in
I
your
do.
ears? You do,
I
yeah. It's
do.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, I do. It's amazing.
For anybody that doesn't understand, we play that to get us going, get the
Hyper.
juices flowing.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the problem with the creator economy is loads of people are making content and they're more or less selling themselves, their values, everything, in order to get brand deals, right? Like look at the Liver King guy, right? Did you see the
Shit.
documentary on that? That guy's
Yeah,
fucking
that's
crazy. But he wanted to be an influencer, right? He was like, I want 1 million followers. And look at all the crazy shit he had to do to
yeah.
make people believe him, right?
And most of
buy
things
his
are
product.
bullshit. Most of things are
Yeah,
bullshit.
most of it is, right? And even the big guys, even the big creators are bullshit
Yes.
to the max. And I think prediction markets is a good way to take legitimate people who create, like legitimate people who are doing really interesting stuff, and give them a way to monetize so they can keep doing interesting stuff. And like he says, is like it reduces it takes a focus off of clicks and performance, just for the purpose of clicks and performance, and turns it into actual, here's a benchmark. So if you were a creator and you're creating prediction markets, like whoever you're selling to, or maybe somebody wants you to create a question on their behalf about their brand, you can show them your portfolio of markets and show like the engagement going up, and it's legit, and it's real money. Whereas you can spam it on Twitter. I mean, it costs money to spam it on a prediction market. Yeah, sure, you can spam it, spin up a few bots, or hire a bot company to bet in your market like hundreds of dollars or something like that. But it's going to cost you money. Whereas
Yes,
like
it is.
spamming on Twitter, on social media, is so cheap, right? Like I could have us get like 9,000 like 9,000 spaces followers or listeners for a couple of dollars. Like how you can't trust any of that. So like what he's saying is that it's right, but it's also from the brand's perspective, they know what they're buying. They're not just buying bullshit.
Yes, that's true. Because we saw how hard it is to ask questions. And when you get people with knowledge about what they're talking about, and they know how to ask the right questions, they can bring people together, their audience together, so their audience can start a conversation around that. And
Yeah.
that conversation will be enough to filter noise from signal, actually. And of course people can make money on that. And so
It's the
yeah,
making money bit. It's the having skin in the game bit that's important, right? It's like
yeah
the information you get from betting in one direction.
I
or
just
another.
I just tend to disagree with this last part here about it can be polymarket culture or the first mover that wins the creator economy. I don't think this is a space for one winner, or not even that the first mover will have that advantage, because
Yeah.
that's the thing. You can be the first mover, you can get some traction, but this is a place of innovation, so things are going to keep moving, and they will move fast. So people are still trying to figure out a lot of solutions around prediction markets. So of course we are going to use well-established techniques from social media and engagement to make prediction markets communicate with that. But I don't think this is the first mover. The first mover will have some advantage, but whoever's make can tailor a prediction market in a way that becomes more engaging for people, I think they will win. And I don't see only one winner. I think we can see niche applications for different kinds of prediction markets or different kinds of audience.
Yeah, I mean, like if we just look at it from a startup point of view, it's startups are timing and luck, right? Like fundamentally, that's if you talk to the biggest, timing and luck. Obviously, luck can be improved by being in certain places at the right time and meeting the right people, right? But yeah, I mean, like Polymarket are here forever. They will always be the biggest. I think. I don't know. I can't see anybody else being bigger than them right now without a fundamental shift in technology or adoption or something like that. And Kalshi as well, right? Because they've got some really good partnerships and they've got a lot of traction, right? So they're always going to be like the ones to beat. Everybody under there, there's loads of opportunity for good businesses under those two, right? But like, who's going to be number 3 is what I'm asking, because number 3 will constantly be fighting. Usually in industries, you see the big 3, right? You'll hear that. You must have heard that term, the big 3. You hear it with like legal firms, accountancy firms globally. Like, this isn't a local thing at all, right? So like, who's going to be the next? Who's going to be the third one? Who's going to be the big one, right? That's not to say you can't build totally legitimately good businesses from position 3 down, right? Like, they make lots of money. There's loads of betting companies and everywhere, very big business, and those businesses themselves then create other opportunities for other businesses to earn off of them through affiliate programs and stuff like that, right? So, but and if we look at it, like, first mover advantage doesn't always work, because if we look at search engines, first mover advantage wasn't Google. Right?
I mentioned that last week. Yeah, Google only came up like 5 years after the first one.
Yeah, exactly. We had Lycos, we had fucking Alta Vista. Like,
Vista.
The thing is like, a lot of people in crypto might not be old enough to remember these shifts, right? And then when we look at, so we had Bing as well at the time, right? Bing was ahead of Google. Google massacred Bing, right? Bing is a laughing joke and now powers ChatGPT, right? Sometimes you see them looking through Google as well, like on ChatGPT 5. So yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like luck and timing. That's it. If you've got bad luck and your timing's good, you probably
not can still make it. Yeah,
maybe, I don't know. Like, you just see, and it determines it depends what you call make it, right? Like, if you want to be number 3, it's going to be very fucking hard. It's going to be very fucking hard for anybody to be number 3. But that's my thinking. It's like, first mover advantage, maybe, but like, realistically, what I'm interested in is who's going to be the next big one. Who's going to be the third one to make the triad, right? Because think about tech: Apple, Google, Amazon, right? They're the big ones.
Yes,
we've got obviously got Microsoft and stuff like that as well, but they're like legacy. They do other things. We don't look to them for what's coming next.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just curious about Kalshi here, because Polymarket was born into crypto rails, but Kalshi sooner or later will do the jump to crypto rails.
I don't know. I don't know.
They will. I was just watching an interview with them, how they actually, now there's this narrative about how they wanted to create the company as a crypto company, but they rather make things like clearly on the regulatory path. But
so they went regulatory, whereas Polymarket went
crypto. Yes. So I'm just curious about, okay, if they move to crypto rails, is it going to be the same? Are they going to keep the same traction, or are young people embrace them, maybe start using Kalshi more because of potential airdrop or something? Because users are users.
I mean, DGen users and DGen users, they spend their life farming, right? Most other people spend their life doing things, right? So it's, what I'm interested in is, where was I going to go with that? My brain has just went. I don't think it matters whether you're on chain or not.
Yeah,
I don't think it matters. What it is how good is your product, and do you have enough resource, and resource is really money, and balls, because you're going to attract regulators, to market this to the general public. Can Polymarket make it easy enough? Probably not, because crypto is not easy enough, right? So Kalshi might beat Polymarket, because I'm not seeing in our feed where we follow this people talking about Polymarket trading and Polymarket traders. Kalshi might be doing this as a marketing campaign. Actually, I was thinking about this before, whereas they're actively highlighting these people are making a lot of money on their accounts, right? And they're courting them, and they're becoming their ambassadors in a way or another, which is really clever, right? Because they'll grow while Polymarket just kind of they'll grow faster, I reckon, because they're doing this sort of stuff.
Mhm, mhm.
And I don't think on-chain matters, except from it's harder to use Polymarket, right? So
Mhm.
whoever cracks
Makes
mainstream
sense.
betting wins, right? That's the third person. Whoever cracks mainstream betting wins. That could be a regulated betting company that
It
already
could be
exists,
the direct.
right?
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
could
That's
be
true.
anybody at all. It could be everybody thinks it's coming from the startup world. What happened? I mean, even if it did come from the startup world, right? Maybe they were seeded by a very big betting company, right? So people aren't thinking about this.
Mhm.
There is a whole industry with billions and billions and billions of dollars, huge legal teams sitting there looking at this, going, "Wow, like this is getting big." I don't think they like prediction markets because they
Mhm.
don't make them as much money because
Mhm.
of
Yeah,
the
but
way
they
they
can
balance
charge.
odds and
Yeah,
cream and stuff like
but,
that. But
but they can
it
charge
could be
fees,
them.
and yeah, they already have the audience. I mentioned to you how last a couple weeks ago I was opening accounts on Interactive Brokers, which is just a trading platform. You have access to traditional products from all over the world, and they are now highlighting how you can use their prediction markets as well.
Yeah,
Just use Wise from wherever you are in the world to feed your account with your own money, with your own national fiat money, and then boom, you have some dollars on their account, and you can
that's it.
place your forecast on prediction markets.
Yeah,
So
we
yeah,
shouldn't be too precious about crypto. Like crypto's a pain in the arse. It still is.
it's a
Wallets are
serious.
really
It's
alien to people. It's
yeah,
people are not having fun on crypto unless they're like
they're making
doing
a lot of
pumping,
money.
making money, right? Like
Yeah,
people aren't just using crypto because I think I should use it. It's not happening.
I mean, there we know the advantages of crypto and building a prediction market on crypto. We know all the advantages, but yes, we
The
need
general
to
public doesn't care about
understand.
those advantages. They just
Doesn't
want to know,
care. Yeah.
can they place a bet? If they win, do they get to claim their money? And that's where you can attack
Yes.
the traditional
That's it.
ones, because they don't want you to claim large pots of money out of them.
That's it. That's it. So let's move forward here, and I love it. This one because it sounds French. Allocateur.
It
So
does. I
how
think
I
it could be
yeah,
face.
could
Face
be
French.
French.
I
Could
love
be.
it.
So it's already fancy. So it's Mona Lisa and sound French. So how I found my top polymarket quant. So basically quant, guys, if you don't know this, quant is a style of trading where you use math and metrics to try and find an edge on your trading. So you trade according to data, to metrics, and use math to understand that. So before summer, I recruited 10 of my best fresh CS graduates. And CS here, guys, is computer science, okay? It's not Counter-Strike. So for a summer internship at my prop firm. Yeah, because if you're young enough, you know how Counter-Strike is, but not computer science. Anyway, so to decide who would eventually join us full-time, I needed an assignment that would test not only coding ability, but also algorithmic thinking and the quant mindset we value most. I walked into the room, the interns were silent. First professional internship, pressure in the air. I broke the silence with a single question. How many tweets will Elon Musk tweet next week? So they look at confusion, unsure if it was a joke or a trick. So you have 3 months to answer this question. I continued. We will put $2,000 into each of your algorithms. Whoever makes the most money during week 12 of your internship will get a job at the firm. So this is a nice test. So the
Yeah, this is cool.
beauty, this is pretty interesting, yeah. So the beauty of the question was its depth. You could simply forecast the number, or you could build a trading strategy that shifted positions in real time as the week unfolded and probabilities changed. And the real edge lay in how many parameters one could imagine, engineer, and connect. That's
I should have did
dude.
this. I should have fucking did this. Right, let's get the weather. Let's get how much ket Elon's taking this week. Get somebody hanging in his office. See if he's went to the ket center, right? Because that's clearly going to affect how much he's tweeting. Holy fuck! If you just
Dude,
That's
have you ever
great.
seen that sometimes he's playing Diablo in
Yeah,
answering questions? Fuck, the guy's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy.
I
It's
wonder
crazy.
if he pays someone to play with his characters or he's the one
No, no, he plays
playing
himself
that
because
all the
he's
time.
a gamer. He loves it. My
Yeah,
friend made the
because he's
music for
good.
Diablo. All that crazy, ooh, scary ass shit.
So
It's
let's move
haunting.
here. So most inters went the standard route, profit-based models with customizations, but one stood out. He built a custom data pipeline that integrated sentiment analysis of Musk
Yeah,
tweets and how mood correlated with tweet frequency, time
yeah,
zones, and sleep patterns affecting
yeah.
late night, early morning tweet bursts.
This
Okay,
is exactly what I would have
you
done.
mentioned, yeah,
I'd
yeah.
have went this fucking way. I'd have been like, right, let's get this crackpot and find out how he behaves. It's about his behavior and how
Mm-hmm.
he's viewed, right? So the sentiment
Mm-hmm.
analysis is important. Yeah,
So personal life events, holidays, and seasonal effects, corporate activity, earning cycles, and company news, social
yeah,
sentiments toward Musk.
yeah.
So all
This guy's right.
it's interesting. Yeah, it's a
He's
smart
not got
person.
cat usage.
Cat usage. What is cat usage?
Ketamine,
What is this, man?
ketamine. It's a drug.
Catman. Oh,
Our
you mean
beautiful Diego is a very
that the
naive
cat
child.
that the cat gets crazy. Yeah, I saw that. You see?
No,
Yeah,
ketamine, not catnip.
oh,
Ketamine.
Catman. Sure, I know that from the movie that the guy gets really smart and this kind of stuff.
No, that's not ketamine. That's some
But
other
I
drug.
don't know. See, I'm not on drugs. I'm not on
Ketamine
drugs. I
is
don't need
was
to
a
know.
horse tranquilizer, but people use it for psychedelic effects, and they do some. So, just slight diversion. Apparently, one of the people he brought in Doge as one of the people to audit things um, is the wife of the guy who runs the biggest, maybe or most popular. I'm not entirely sure how they weighted it. Um, Ketamine clinic in the West Coast.
Okay.
So people go there to take ketamine and to do therapy, right? I don't think
Okay.
that's what Elon's doing, right? But I just think that's interesting that might be where he's getting his ketamine
Could be. So,
from the
okay,
Doge team.
this guy who's taking this drug that makes him sharper, so who came out with these elements to try and understand Elon Musk behave, and based on that to try and forecast how many tweets he would post. So, I'll link it back to historic tweet counts per month, week, day, hour, even minutes. Lots of
Yeah,
noise, of course, but plenty of alpha too. So the model was great, far beyond anything the others produced. On-chain execution ensured low latency, reshuffling
yeah,
in real time, constantly arbitraging our forecasted probabilities against the market odds. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I met my top polymarket quant, the one now running arbitrage and directional strategies for our firm. So if you're trading prediction markets and don't code, find someone who does and start building models together. It's as exciting as
yeah,
it gets. So it comes to how you should understand the change of behaviors in the probabilities here and how you need to find your edge here. There's not only one strategy that worked for everyone,
yeah.
and there are
But that strategy would work for everybody, right? Like if
if you
everybody started
yeah, but
implementing that,
if
then
you
you're.
are
But the
smart
thing
enough,
is as these markets get more efficient, the amount of profit you can make from them
exactly,
reduces.
because it will be hard.
I think
It will
that's how it
be
works, right? Because if I had 10 or 15 people doing big bets in that direction, I would like millions of dollar bets, right? You would start to shift the sentiment and people would start just betting in that direction
Mhm.
anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. So you need to have some elements to do your arbitrage here. So if the market becomes really efficient, there's probably nothing to
Mhm.
arbitrage from. That's the thing. So I mean, right now it's still. I mean, maybe we are going to see more and more people acting like this. You know, big firms with really smart people doing this algorithm and code based trading, and it will make retail's life way harder.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that is
It
what
will,
happens,
right?
right? Because that's what happens in
Yes, it
traditional
will.
markets.
eventually.
it's basically, it's called data ingestion, right? You ingest all the data you need to be able to make a prediction, like that guy did. Obviously, he missed Elon's Kesselman news, which I feel like has a big swinger on it, right? But like, do it for Donald Trump. Like that would be really hard because he seems even more crazier,
Yes.
right?
To
Like
not
to
follow
build a model
counter.
like that across like 60 celebrities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you probably make money all day.
Yeah,
But that's exactly how I like. I'm not a quant, just to be sure, but that's exactly how I would approach that. It's like, go look at do sentiment analysis on historical tweets, and that versus performance, like and then you need to factor in like daily life cycles. Like for example, like last week I wasn't around at all, right? So, or if I'm traveling, I'm not going to be on as much. You know, and I reckon Elon's the same, right? Even though he'll have private jets and shit like that, he might not.
Probably he will use a Starlink when he's on private jet. So in his case, he will probably tweet more.
But it's just whether he's being sociable.
Yeah,
right. Because if you're being sociable, you're not tweeting. That's why Elon tweets so much.
yeah, he's not sociable. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. Cool. And yeah, I mean, it shows how interesting this space is becoming with more professional players coming into to play. So yeah, I mean, there's still room for retail, of course. I mean, we're just seeing the bloom of prediction markets. A lot of products that we've been talking about here in the show are not even ready, and lots of them are still testing stuff. I mean, we still don't know exactly how it's going to look like in 1 year or 2 years for prediction markets. But I mean, it's pretty interesting to see this kind of interest and this kind of smart people playing around.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Polymarket, and particularly Polymarket, has always kind of attracted smart people. You can tell the smart people by looking at the top wallets.
Yes, of
P&L, right? They're not regular. They're not you and me. They're fucking. They're like they know what they're doing. They're not in there trying to make 50 cents, you know. And it's cool to watch those guys be like, all right, let's take our toys from over here, put it in here, kill all of those guys. And what's also great, if we jump back to regulation for a moment, like you can't do this properly through regular betting companies, because they, in the UK anyway, I'm presuming it's across the board, they blacklist you if you are smashing it, right? Yeah. They lock your accounts, they close your accounts, they presume you're a criminal, right? But with what we're building here in prediction markets, you can do whatever you like. It's permissionless. And the money isn't paid out from the central authority, it's paid out from the losers.
Yeah.
And this is the important thing about prediction markets, and maybe we need to communicate better to people who would use it. The money comes from the losers, so there's more chance of you making more money.
Yeah, that's it. So volume is really important for prediction markets, and the fact there's no centralized organization behind the odds. So the odds are there. That's it. They are
nobody's
flexible.
Managing it. The market is managing the odds.
Yes, and this is pretty interesting, and this is even though sports betting might look like prediction markets. I mean, the fact there's no central authority telling what are the odds for this or that, and no central authority paying out the winners, it makes prediction markets totally different. You know, it's another level of scalability for this.
I guess part of the reason it worked really well is humans are quite predictable. Even Elon, who seems unpredictable. So if you look at if you look at the data long enough, you'll start to see his pattern of behavior.
Patterns.
Yeah. That's it. All you're looking for is patterns. That's it.
Yeah. Even when things change in someone's life, it changes. So when you get off your rails, your traditional rails, that usually happens in the same way. I mean, you can identify what caused that and how long that usually takes. It's interesting. It is interesting. Yeah. And so just to finish up this, it's an interesting post here. But I mean,
okay.
It's from Happy Substack. I mean, it's interesting but especially interesting because I don't agree with a lot of stuff here. But it's interesting to discuss this because we are going to see lots and lots of people talking about prediction markets, especially now that the lights are moving to prediction markets and we are seeing this bloom. So lots of people will try to create contents, but not all the content is good content. So let's go through this and I can mention this. So
Yeah,
I
I
can
mean, I
see.
guess this is one thing. The caveat, I think, where we're coming at this is like there's going to be a lot of KOLs trying to move into the prediction market space, but they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and
Yeah,
we need to
yeah,
be careful about who we listen to and what information we take in and who is valid and who isn't.
yeah. I mean, and there's a lot of, oh, I wish to see this, I would like to see that, but dude, we are so far from the
Yeah,
technical aspect for anything like that. So, and this, I think this post is the case here. So I can see Polymarket having a hyper liquid level outcome if they fully own the crypto native path. If I was, then I would do the following. So, but first, if you was Polymarket, you wouldn't be talking about this, of course, just to
okay.
start
I
with.
will leave that to the side. We wouldn't, if we were
Yeah.
Polymarket, would we be doing this? I think that's an unnecessary comment.
Yeah, so add a fee with a tiered discounts based on stake token amount. So it's assuming Polymarket would have a token or any prediction market can have a token. But I don't know, prediction markets, they can't, I mean, I can envision the use of a token, but not
Any
necessarily
business
all
can
of
have a
them.
token.
Any
Any
business
business,
can
any
have,
business.
but no business need a token as well. And you
Not
can run a
everybody,
business with
not
no,
every
not
business
every
needs one, but
business
every business can have one.
can have, every business can have. I mean, that's it. So allow anyone to build on top of Polymarket, use the builder codes. It's interesting, but it assumes like Polymarket as an infrastructure. And dude, it demands a lot of dev activity for this. So it opens chances for attacks in the code, and it means that you need to build this with even more resources to have infrastructure ready for other people. You have to provide services for the, so it's way more complex. So imagine X, Phantom, or any new site displaying the odds natively on their site and receiving 50% of customer fees. Huge distribution upside. I mean, this is interesting, but not exactly this way. But of course, I mean, you could embed prediction markets basically on any other platform and have a revenue share with the
Yeah,
prediction market protocol.
but it
So
opens up regulatory issues for those publishers, right? So
yes,
it's like
of course.
unless they're
What's
crypto
your
native and
what's your
structured as a
participation on the? Yeah. So are you a kind of a market creator here, or are you kind
an
of
advertiser,
a diver?
an
Yeah,
affiliate,
exactly.
like what are you? How does that deal look for those people, and what
Yeah.
legal exposure does it have to have essentially what looks like
Mm-hmm.
betting
Yeah.
directly in your site? So if you're like
How?
the New York Times, I think it's highly unlikely you're going to put that there, not because you don't find it useful, but because you wouldn't get it through the lawyers,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
right?
that's it. That's it.
And
Yeah.
people don't think like that. It's like, you need to get that through a lawyer, right? And then if a lawyer turns around and goes, that's betting, because a lawyer will
Mm-hmm.
just say that looks like something here,
It's
and this
betting.
is the
Yeah,
legal
it's better
framework
to
around
avoid.
that. We're not touching it, right? We're not
It's
touching
not.
it.
It's not the kind of fight that's worth trying worth having because of the
Yeah, because
cost, because of the
the
time, because
protocol
of the
might make money.
exposure.
Yeah,
Yes,
the protocol
exactly.
might make money, but the ads company,
The risks. Yeah.
the ad partner probably won't make money.
Yes. I mean, and the risk you take for advertising this should be huge. I mean, you can lose way more money than you could make. But
Yeah,
anyway, let's move this here. So double
if
down
not
or
if you're the protocol, but if you are the actual partner.
yes, the partner,
Yeah,
yeah. So double down on being the liquidity hub for predictions. So incentivize market making via token rewards instead of USDC. Uh, Actually, I disagree with these as
yeah,
well.
fully
So
disagree on that.
because in the end you don't want tokens. So see VCs who are investing in early stage products. So what they do with the tokens that they get, as soon as possible they dump the tokens. In
Yeah,
the end,
what
what
do
they
all the
want is
KOLs do? They
USDC.
dump the
Yes,
tokens.
because in the
There
end
needs to be
they want the dollars.
Yeah, that's all tokens people want tokens for, is to turn them into dollars so they can buy things in the real world. So I
Yes,
think
exactly.
incentivizing people with liquidity using USDC, unless it's like unless there's serious degens who are willing to take bets with their USDC in order, like you would need to be taking quite a high risk there, because if you're putting
Mhm.
USDC in and hoping to get collateral, not collateral incentives from a token which is worth less than your USDC.
Mhm.
I
Can
know
work
it's kind of
more,
yield
but
farming at that point,
yeah,
right? But it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah, yeah.
make, there needs to be quite a large multiplier for you
Mhm.
to do something that risky.
So that's the thing. You can get USDC and put that basically on a not safe but not as risky protocol, deposit there and get
Exactly.
15% API,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So on the other hand, most of the tokens will go to close to zero. So what's the risk that you're taking when you're getting these tokens? I'm not saying you should not
Loss.
farm. I mean, you farm whatever you want. But I mean,
Yeah.
if you are depositing liquidity to make money, would you like to get a token that can go to zero? I mean, in 1 month, or of course not. I mean, I don't see that. I mean, people with a lot of money that wants to deposit their money and this, they don't want tokens. They want dollars in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
that's why Polymarket rewards in dollars.
in dollars, yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, for think about the end user as well. It's way easier to communicate when you talk about dollars because they already know that you don't need to add complexity on top of that. And we were
Exactly.
just talking about this. I mean, how crypto, okay, it brings benefits, but it makes things way more complicated for the traditional user here. So
Yeah.
allow permissionless markets using a similar structure to HIP3. Anyone with enough stake can launch their own markets and use their own oracle to determine the outcome, but built-in
Oof.
slashing to prevent this is so.
No
I mean,
way. No fucking way.
it's too
No way
complex.
would I bet in a market where the market creator controlled the oracle,
Control the
unless
oracle.
it was a highly regulated industry, such as the betting
Exactly.
industry. There's no
Exactly.
fucking way I would do that.
So
That's
if
insane.
you create the market, you cannot have the power to control the source of resolution of that market. That
Yes.
doesn't make sense. I mean, it should be separated in structures, you know. Or when you create a market, it's as what we propose. And in our case, it's you already know what's the source of truth, but they are not controlled by you who created a market or even to the protocol. So poly market does not control. I mean, at least we don't know that, but they do not control Yuma.
Well, they don't, the way they're structured. Like technically, they do not.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, they do not control that.
Yes, yes. So why I think competition in traditional markets is going to continue to heat up. Uh, we are already seeing this with Cauchy. I assume other betting sites will begin to offer similar markets. Yeah, that's true. So Polymarket is unique in the sense that it already has the brand recognition and currently has the liquidity plus flexibility to target net new international customers entirely through crypto. Yeah, but this isn't okay.
The-
Yes.
Well, one thing that's missing here is like clearly an experience in the betting industry, not knowing what already exists in the world, because there are
Mm-hmm.
things called betting exchanges which more or less act like peer-to-peer markets like this, but they're regulated and tricky, and it's just, they're just not as fluid. They kind of look like betting sites, but they're not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But what he's saying here is like kind of already exists in places. So how hard is it for one of those to pivot into prediction markets, start adding prediction markets into
Mm-hmm.
their own platform, maybe
Yeah.
start to onboard a chain? Maybe not that hard, but the issue is a lot of them will already be thinking we're regulated. There's a benefit of saying, well, fuck it, we're not regulated. If we get sued, we sued. But if you've already got investors and you go make a decision that gets you sued without having the investors say that it's okay to do, you're
Mm-hmm.
fucked.
Yeah. 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 So if you try go to the traditional path and compete there, then I think your edge is diminished versus fully owning the crypto native path and going full stream ahead to win the entire category. Non-token prediction markets have a massive disadvantage. They have to use cash incentives and the markets are inherently fragmented by geographical restrictions.
Who's
Yeah.
who's disadvantaged? Who is
For
disadvantaged?
who? For who,
What the
right?
market is disadvantaged, like the owners, like are you talking like the CEO can't rug people with the token? Is that what we're
Mm-hmm.
is that what we're
Mm-hmm.
getting
Yeah.
at? Because I
Yeah.
see no disadvantage to the users at all. And if you're not thinking about the people you're serving, you're not doing a good job. Right? If you're just
Yeah.
thinking about like how do we make this crypto, how many businesses have failed saying how do we make this technology work, as opposed to
Mm-hmm.
saying how do we make users use this? Like how do we find easier ways for this to work?
Yeah.
That's why we
Yeah.
have wallet abstraction now. Like we
Mm-hmm.
had a period where we had to use seed phrases all the time and nobody wanted to do it.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So it's a very similar thing like
So
that.
yeah, I tend to disagree with in this case here. I don't see, at least in the case of Polymarket, which already has users recognition to launch
Yeah.
a token. Yeah.
Traditional markets recognition as well. Like
Yes, of
as I've
course.
said before,
Yes.
Bloomberg Terminal piped in Polymarket data for the US election. That is a
Mm-hmm.
huge signal that Wall Street trusts Polymarket.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. So
So like those,
why
and
to add a
another thing,
token
he's
on
not
top of
telling us
that?
where all these crypto users are coming from, because
Yeah.
we know that crypto has almost no users, right? Every chain everywhere is looking for users. If
Yes.
they weren't, that would mean we already had users. So where are all these crypto users coming from that will make Polymarket the biggest thing in the world ever? They're not
Yes.
coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's regular people who are going to come, and we need to make it really easy for them to come in
Yes.
and do the
And
things they like to do in other places, but in our place.
exactly. Exactly. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys
Yeah.
today about okay, read everything. There's a lot of content being placed out about prediction markets lately, but I mean, read that with a little bit of caution and think about what you're reading.
Yeah.
So we've been
And
we've
we
been
didn't
keeping
tweet
track.
that one either. We're not
What?
tweeting like things that we don't think's good. Just
Yeah, yeah,
like we
exactly.
tweet all the stuff. We try to tweet out and give recognition to all the people who we read and we think this is good stuff and interesting. But
Hmm.
I think what we'll start doing is talking about the bad stuff, but we won't be retweeting
As
it. We just need
well.
to get it in the stream
Yeah,
because I don't want to promote or add to the algorithm things that have a deficiency in thinking.
yeah, and we need to understand how to identify good content from bad content. At least, I mean, not everything is bad on this, but yeah, we need to
It's just
be
not
able
very
to
thought out.
question.
It's not
Yes,
got.
yes.
There's no. It's content for content's sake. This is the issue with yappers in the
Mm-hmm.
space. They're just generating content. They don't fully understand anything. They're just being noisy so they can gather rewards from chains and projects. And
Yeah.
it's not beneficial to anybody. I mean, Clemente, the influencer guy, like he bangs on about this all the time. And what happened
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning of the year with Cato jacked that stuff up crazy. It just produced a whole bunch of shit content from
Yes.
low quality KOLs.
There's more content
Not to say that
out
some,
there, but
yeah, it comes
there's
back to
more
the whole
content, but
idea that
not
we were
necessarily.
talking about the earlier post when we were saying if you're a small KOL and knows what you're talking about, you can make money on
Mm-hmm.
prediction markets, provided prediction markets reward you for creating markets.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like
Exactly.
that dude could create a market and nobody's going to listen.
Exactly.
But
That's
there's
it.
other guys, probably his size or something like that, are really good and like people listen and we would listen to them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. So this is what I had for today. So if you're listening to us, make sure to follow Groovy Markets, subscribe to our newsletter. It's the daily prediction, and follow us every day here, at least from Monday to Thursday on our live stream. We're going to the most interesting content that we find out about prediction markets, sharing your thoughts. Every once in a while, we will have guests here, and it's great to have you back, Nick.
Yeah, it's good. I missed it. I need to watch all last week's content because, as I said, I literally did not look at.
Yeah,
my
we
phone.
have some good stuff, I guarantee. And
Right.
that's it, guys. We will be back tomorrow. Thanks a lot for joining us today, and have a great day.